Good morning, everybody. I would invite you to stand as we get started with a song. Light of the world, you step down into darkness. Open my eyes, let me see the beauty that made this heart adore you. Hope of a life spent with you. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. King of all days, oh so highly exalted, glorious in heaven above. Humbly you came to the earth you created, all for love's sake became poor. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. You may be seated.
All righty. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hope Fellowship. Welcome to those watching online. If you are watching online, make sure to say a comment and tell us where you're watching from. That'd be really nice to know. It's kind of fun when you start to see people from different places, new places. It's a lot of fun. And then we have our folks that are here. I'm going to try and do a shout out a little later. I think last week I kind of got it all mixed up, and that's okay. Thank you, Russ, for that opening song. I love that song. If you've also noticed, the play is now in performance mode. And so the stage is set. There's an extra riser back there. So please be careful when you're coming down. You're just talking, doo-dee-doo-dee-doo, down you go. Like, just, you've been warned. You're now, your own liability insurance covers you, okay? So please just be careful of that. I'm serious. That'll be for this week and next week. All right, important stuff. Grandparents, this is what you got to do. One little snack before you go home. I've heard of how some grandparents treat their kids. Anyway, Mary and Joseph on their way home from Jerusalem after the Passover. Hope we didn't forget anything. You know, Jesus. Okay, never mind. The road to success, there are no shortcuts. Yeah, I know exactly, Patty, eh? Mm-hmm. And then the angel asked God what he was doing. Making Canadians, he said. "Oh, they're so nice," said the angel. "Oh yeah, watch this," God said as he dropped a hockey puck. That was a great game last night. Unfortunately, they lost. That's okay, they can win it at home. Home ice. For all those that care, the few of you. All right, birthdays. Rachel, where's Rachel? Happy birthday this week. That's on the 27th. That's today. Have they been nice to you so far? Okay. Good. They ate your birthday dough. Oh, throw them under the bus. Jesse, happy birthday to you tomorrow. Terry in Conestoga, happy birthday to you. Jared as well, happy birthday. Lester there he is. Happy birthday to you on May 2nd. And Mark, happy birthday on May 2nd. That's totally cool. So that'll be fun. No anniversaries to remember this week. People to pray for: Suzanne's grandson Cole, leukemia. Amanda's father Ion, dealing with prostate cancer. Gail's health, Gail Sider. She's working through some difficult stuff. And then prayer for an individual to look for, they're trying to find a car under about $5,000. They just crashed their other one and are needing a replacement. So if you know of somebody that's in that ballpark range, can you talk to me and I'll connect you with the person. Elizabeth, let's keep praying for her. She's having a rough go and waiting for some positive test results. That's her hope. No memorials to remember this week. Still going in grace. So every single Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. on YouTube and my Facebook channel, there's a live broadcast of a new show. This past week, it was Separation and Dualism, Dismantling Judging. There's so much unlearning that needs to happen, and the conversation with these guys is really helpful. This episode, look at this, 264. That's 264 weeks running. It's almost 4 years, 5 years almost. That's a long time, which is really cool. So it all started off with being on the radio here locally, and then we went this way instead. It's a lot more fun. But if you're looking for some deep topics, this is a great thing to tune into, and you can look at the playlist on my channel. You can see all the topics we've covered so far. Upcoming events. First of all, thank you to everybody that donated to the food bank. I dropped off a bunch of stuff at the food bank the other day, I think it was on Tuesday. And I had put some stuff on the outside table and had more in the car. And so she was starting to help me unpack the car and said, "Oh, what's this?" I said, "Yeah, that's all the same group." And she said, "What? This is a lot." It was nice to hear that because you never know if you're making a dent or what. So that was really cool. Lots of food came in. We'll probably do that again at Christmas. Grounds and Grace. I only talk about this once in a while because it's not really an open group. You can come whenever you want, but it is. We do a video or an article that we talk through. So if you're going to come, let me know. It's probably the best group to connect with people. We've been running it for about 5 years. Friday mornings, we call it Grounds and Grace, Coffee Grounds, and we cover topics that you normally don't talk about on a Sunday morning. Although we're getting there too. It's just deeper and in the context of trust, and any question goes. It's been really a good group. So if you're interested, let me know. Put you on the email list, and then you get the links every time. And as you're able to come, you can come. In a couple weeks, Sunday, May 25th, we're going to have a luncheon, which means my great chili. And we're also going to have a congregational meeting. This meeting is about getting your input. Jen, you sent out an email to everybody, right? Okay. So Jen sent you an email. Reply. There's a reply required, right? Yes. So RSVP, we want your ideas. We want to have, do you know how some churches, they have an annual meeting once a year, and it's like this 4-hour fight? And it's really long and boring, and everybody hates it. Well, ours are 20 minutes long because we don't do the business part. We don't do the future planning and all that stuff, right? We don't do the fighting. We don't do any fighting anytime. Like, it's pretty nice, actually. But we want to hear your input on what you're hoping for the church, for the future. What's going well? What could be tweaked? And we're going to do it in a group context while we eat. So I think it's a great way to do it. And please book that and bring lots of food. Movie night, June 6th. Family Camp is the name of the movie. It's put on by the Skit Guys. You know those little clips I share for the last 5-10 years of the Skit Guys and their anecdotal illustrations? Like today, I'll have a clip of Peter. Last week, I had a clip of Peter. Those guys. But they made a movie called Family Camp. And so we're going to have an evening here at 7 p.m. Bring appetizers, snack, desserts to share. Unless you're a hog, you can just bring your own little bag of chips and don't share. Whatever you have to do. But it'll be fun family night. It's for all ages. Beef jerky, we've got a new batch out there. So please, if you're interested and you like beef jerky, all the flavors are back. And I'd love to hear your feedback, which ones you like best, so we know which ones to stock up. And it helps out Hope Fellowship. So proceeds go to Hope Fellowship, which is extremely generous of Mark and Neri who make it. And that is their business, so it's pretty cool. Need more coffee? Grace Infusion. Again, my great coffee. You can buy the bags and take it home and enjoy it. If you like tea, well, pity. Pity. Snooty. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I like tea too. It's more fun to joke about the coffee. I'm only good at two things, coffee and chili. All right, next. Again, the coffee, when you buy the beans, a little bit goes back to the church. And I want to say thank you again to those online, those here supporting Hope Fellowship. We don't do the offering basket. We have an envelope thingy up here, and you can donate online, which is the easiest way to do it anyway. COVID taught us that. All right, let's say hello to those watching online, then we're going to have Russ lead us in some more music. So if you haven't said hello online yet, please do so now. I'm going to call out your name shortly, but I'm going to read out who's here in person. We have a good crew here today. We have Norma here. Is Elizabeth watching online? Probably not. She is. Let's see if she comments. Well, if she does, that'd be amazing. She is online junkie. That's right. She is. She's with it there. Like, look out. You can't slip anything past her, and she'll tell you what she thinks. Woo-wee. Good thing you live in a different apartment. All right, Norma is here. Aaron and Lauren are here. Gordon, Janessa are here. Yay. Dave, Rachel, Cameron, and Judah are here. Val's here. Linda, Aaron, Lizzie, and Hannah. Gabe, Rachel, Kaya, Lydia, and Leo. Yeah. Hey, Leo. How are you? He's looking at me. Oh, I'm not saying anything. Mark and Nary are here. Janet's here. Nancy and Reg. Russ and Emmett. Emmett was helping this morning with setup. Thank you, Emmett. Did a really good job. Getting hours for school, I think. Jen, Dave, and Megan. Me. Sharon's here. Yay, good morning. Lorinda, Amanda, Patty, Maggie, Lester and Salome, Brent and Chris, Ellen, Ruth, Marie and Steve, Courtney, Felix, Harvey, and Kevin's here. All right. That's it. Online, who's watching and from where? Let's do a quick look. We got Brenda and John from Kitchener, good morning. Paul and Debbie in Chatham, good morning to you. Becky and Wayne from Waterloo today. Suzanne's watching from Kitchener. Nancy Jenks in Uptown Waterloo. Jody and Irwin in Kansas, good morning. Alex and Karen in Ottawa, good morning. Debbie and Jerry in New Hamburg. Rod and Gail, hello from the 5th floor in Kitchener at the hospital. Howard and Kathy both watching from Sorrento, British Columbia. Jesse Martin says morning. And then we have Bev Morgan. Good morning, Hope from beautiful sunny Chatham. Lois Williams, good morning, Scott and Lois. Abby and Diane watching from sunny North Bay. All right, and then we have Mary and Harry watching from Stony Creek, also sunny. I guess all Ontario is pretty sunny right now. And Brian Abel from Wellesley. Elizabeth is watching. Hopefully she didn't hear what I just said. Okay, that's it. Russ, take it away.
Hopefully she did hear what you said, and then she comments. I want to see her comment. I thought we would start with a reading from Romans 12. I'm going to read it in the NIV real quick, and then I'm going to flip to the Message version of it because I thought this passage was good. We've read this passage here before. It's one that's relatively familiar. It's the one that starts, therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. And I really love that passage, especially as we think about worship, not just with music, but in the context of our lives, day to day, week to week. The things that we do throughout our lives are acts of worship. But I really like how the Message puts this passage. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to try to read it as if I'm just talking to you, so we'll see how this goes. So Romans 12, 1 and 2. So here's what I want you to do. God helping you. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work, walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for Him. Don't be so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Readily recognize what He wants from you and quickly respond to it. Unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to its level of immaturity, God brings out the best in you and develops well-formed maturity in you. And so with that, I'd invite you to stand as we sing together. the darkness we were waiting, without hope and without light, till from heaven you came running. There was mercy in your eyes to fulfill the law and prophets. To a virgin came the word, from a throne of endless glory to a cradle in the dirt. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. To reveal the kingdom come, to reconcile the lost, to redeem the whole creation. You did not despise the cross, and even in your suffering, you saw to the other side, knowing this was our salvation. Jesus, for our sake, you died. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. And the morning that you rose, all of heaven held its breath, till the stone was moved for good, and the Lamb had conquered death. And the dead rose from their tombs, and the angels stood in awe, for the souls of all who'd come to the Father are restored. Till the church of Christ was born, then the Spirit lit the flame. Now this gospel truth of old shall not kneel, shall not faint. In His blood and in His name, in His freedom I am free. For the love of Jesus Christ, who has resurrected me. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise forever to the King of Kings. Nice. Awesome singing, everybody. Okay, we're going to try a song that you're now less familiar with. Mike and I were chatting about this song a little bit ago. I feel like I played this one time, but I don't think we didn't have a slide deck for it, so we're going to try singing it together. It's the Found My Freedom song, which I like super like. The kids have heard this in the kitchen like 1,000 times. So I'm sorry, children, but now we get to sing it together. The chorus goes, can we flip to the chorus, Val? Is that cool? It goes like this. I found my freedom in you. I found a joy I can't lose. Wrapped your arms around me. Wrapped your arms around me. Heaven broke through from the moment you found me. I found my freedom in you. Does anybody remember that one? No, that was a while ago. That's it. feel free to close your eyes if you want. That's another good way to just like soak it in and learn. This ain't a song about chains, 'cause my chains are gone. This ain't a song about the past, because I'm moving on. No more songs about guilty, with words like regret, every melody sounding like mercy instead. This ain't a song about chains, no, my chains are gone. I found my freedom in you. I found a joy I can't lose, and I thank God it's true. You wrapped your arms around me. Heaven broke through from the moment you found me. I found my freedom in you. I want to sing about a Savior and the price that was paid. I want to sing about the blood that washed my sins away. No more songs about broken, with words like defeat, every melody sounding like I found my freedom in you. I found a joy I can't lose, and I thank God it's true. You wrapped your arms around me. Heaven broke through from the moment you found me. I found my freedom in you. I found my new name, found that good grace, found that healing, and the tears fell down my face. Found my beginning that has no ending. I found that second chance, found my best friend, found my forgiveness, found my happiness, and I've been singing ever since. I found my freedom in you. I found a joy I can't lose, and I thank God it's true. You wrapped your arms around me. Heaven broke through from the moment you found me. I found my freedom in you. Oh, I found my freedom in you. I found my freedom in you. Nice. Good job, everybody. Well, good singing. Yeah, maybe seated.
Come have a seat, Russ. It's a brand new role. All right.
I'm a different guy.
We are so happy to have Russ Schulte shift from leading us in worship to telling us a little bit about himself. But before you start, Russ, that was an awesome song.
Thank you.
That
Isn't that a
was
great
a
song?
good song. I
know.
love it. Keep singing to your kids in the kitchen because they need to hear that
Kitchen,
song.
they need to hear. There's the water song too. We should
Right?
sing
I've given your dad permission, kids, to keep going. The water song's next week.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ross, tell us a little bit about yourself,
Yeah. So
your childhood.
childhoods. Yeah. So let me think. So I'll give you the super quick rundown. So I was born in Owen Sound. When I was 7, I moved to Woodstock. When I was 14, I moved back to Owen Sound.
Good move.
A good move, right? And in those years, I was born and baptized in the United Church. So that was, and they have, it's much more liturgical, probably similar to what St. James does here.
Yeah.
organist, lots of organ playing. So we did that, and then we went to a Baptist church in Woodstock for a little bit, did the youth group thing there, and then we went to an Alliance church in Owen Sound when we were back there, and then I went to Briarcrest for college, which was a non-denominational school. So you're kind of getting the feel. Like I've kind of been all over the place.
The whole mix.
So that was that. I grew up in so 5 people in my family, mom and dad, and then I have 2 siblings. I have my brother Ron, who lives in Orangeville with his wife and their son, and my sister Roz, who lives in St. Catherine's with her husband Brad and their 2 girls.
Very good. Are you a middle child, or are you?
So I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
And fun fact, so my parents were both oldists, and Jennifer and I are both oldists.
Ooh.
Which is interesting. If you know anything about, oh no, she knows this. This is why, so Jennifer wears her heart on her sleeve. Love you, dear. And it's why I married her. This is like, I've told her this 1,000 times. I love that about her. So
right, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and
right?
so, sometimes we can both get a little stubborn.
I get it. I get it.
It can be lively. We told the kids, we did counseling a few years ago, marriage counseling, right? It's a good thing to do. When we told the kids that we're going to learn how to fight better.
Yeah.
More effective fighting.
Right. Excellent.
That's what we told the kids.
That's great. And so you've told us that you have a wife, and you've got. Tell us a bit more about your family now.
Yes. So that was the old family. They're still around, but this is my mom and dad and siblings. But I have another family, the now family.
Right.
So I married Jennifer, who's sitting in the front row here with the dark hair and the strong will.
Yep.
And we have 3 children who are not young children anymore, but Emmett, who's 14, Bria, who's 12, and Scarlett, who's 9. And we're just delighted with them. They're growing and learning all the time. And something I tell young parents when they're about to have kids, or like when they're in the super young age, something I really loved about those young years, there was lots of things that were challenges, but was all the changes that just like happened right in front of your eyes, like major life changes, like learning to walk and all this stuff. But anyway, that stuff's very exciting. So that's them now.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell me what you do to support this lovely family.
I mean, mostly I take them to Yu-Gi-Oh and gymnastics. I mean, for work. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, that's what I had in mind.
That's what I thought. So
that's good too.
It's good too. So I am the IT manager at a Bible college in Cambridge called Heritage College and Seminary. All right. I have been there. I'm coming up on 10 years in August. So I head up the IT department there. And with my background in audio and music and production, not only do I get to oversee the sort of traditional IT things like switches and networks and email servers and things like that.
Right.
I also get to have my foot in the AV world. So the AV department is I oversee that area as well, and that's just awesome. It's fun to be part of both of those
That's
things.
awesome, and Hope is very privileged to be able to have you share that with us as well.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, and I have a great team, and there's lots of people that have come on in the last 5 years that have really stepped up, and I sure appreciate it.
They got a good teacher. Russ, what do you do for fun?
That's a good question. Well, I definitely have less free time than I would like to, but things that I try to do for fun are music. So I try to produce. I have a little studio at home. Try to produce music as much as I'm able. I said to somebody recently, I've got a bunch of like CDs that are stuck in like my college days that are stuck in CD land that haven't made it over to Spotify yet. So hopefully in the next couple of years, I'm starting to work away at those.
Great.
Jennifer and I have an album out on Spotify. If you look for Russ and Jennifer, it's a shameless plug. Look for our album there. It's a bunch of songs that Jennifer wrote that she graciously let me put drums and bass and guitar to. So thank you for that. That's fun. So anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so music's a big one. Play Lego, play video games, hang out with the kids. Hockey. I watch hockey. We're watching hockey now. Yeah.
It's great. It's nice your kids are helping you out with your interview.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they are actually. And about hockey, actually, Scarlett specifically, she loved that. When she was like a baby, she just would like sit with me and like watch hockey. And I think the white just like mesmerized her, and she just would sit peacefully. The other two, not so much, but
Okay.
Scarlett for sure.
Does Scarlett still watch hockey with you?
Not as much, but if she sits down at the
Right.
couch,
Right.
she'll watch it for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Go, Scarlett.
Just it captivates her. It's the intermission, that's right.
I'm with
the
you.
commercial.
Unless it's the last 10 minutes, then
I know.
I'll.
It's the commercials, right? They're the fun. No,
And so, Russ, tell us how you got connected with Hope Fellowship.
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Okay, so 2013, I think we officially came over, but we got connected through Mike. I don't know where the connection originally came from, but back when Mike's oldest child was 11, Mike found me, and I taught drums in there. So I would go to their house and played Lego. We discovered that they discovered that I enjoyed Lego, so I would go over there and do a music lesson and then build Lego. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So that was the initial connection. So we got to know Mike, and we got to know him, and what he was doing in here. And so when the kids were real young, we found that the church we were at it was big. There was a lot of people, and we got to this moment where we lost the kid. They would run away in the crowd, and we wouldn't be able to find them. And so we were kind of looking for, and we had known Mike already. And so when it kind of came time to that, Hope Fellowship was just a spot that was much more relaxed atmosphere.
Sure.
And so we brought our family here, and so that and the teaching on identity in Christ was a massive draw, and still is. And knowing who we are, knowing what Christ did for us, knowing who we are in Him, is to this day just something that we are very drawn to. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And so what would you say on your faith journey, is there something that you would like to share with us right now that's top drawer?
Top drawer.
Means a lot. Yes.
Yeah,
That's speaking to you these days.
I've been thinking more about contentment in the past month. It's probably been 3 years. I'm 44 now, so anyway, I think I'm having a midlife crisis when Jennifer hears me like, oh, I should do more music, or I should have been a pastor. I shouldn't have been an IT guy. What was I thinking? It was foolish of me, and I have these doubts, and so I think that the Lord is just trying to remind me to just to be content with where I am. And that's tough sometimes. Yeah.
And so, on that note, I'm going to say we really appreciate your music here, and I appreciate what you put into the songs that you choose every Sunday morning. And so, don't be discontent, because God is using you with the gifts He's blessed you with to bless the rest of us. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome. My
and
pleasure.
thank you for sharing a bit about yourself with us.
You're very welcome.
Good job. We do not have insurance. Well, good morning. Kids, you can head on out to your time. Look at that. They were ready, eager. So happy to go. Let's do a quick hello from a couple more people that chimed in online. Scott and Laura in St. Catharines. A big hello to them. Scott will be back here in July. He's going to be speaking for us again. He fills in for me on my holiday time, and Hope Fellowship loves him. So, as soon as I mentioned his name, oh, he's coming back, yay. So, honestly, that's so cool. So, anyway, hello to you. And then, volume. Thanks for the songs, great lyrics. Joyce and Dan from Grafton are saying hello, yay. And then Becky really loves the music, wants to dance. So, yeah. All right, let's dive in. We got a lot to do. Yeah, we're going to go a little over time. Sorry. All right, let's begin. The gospel according to Peter. What? Isn't it supposed to be like gospel according to Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John? Well, yeah, but Peter had a perspective, and I kind of want to dive into it. We're just going to do another week or two of this. And by the way the lyrics went for that last song you just did, Russ, when dealing with a name, knowing your name, that kind of ties into the end, if I can get to it. So we'll see. You know how I roll, right? All right, but first we have some things that made me stop, pause, and ponder. And if you haven't paid attention to the news, then you have not heard. But Pope Francis passed away, and he played a major role, and especially in my history with the garbage I've been through with the Catholic Church and the abuse of a priest, this particular pope played a major role in finding some hope and encouragement to address and calling out people. So I got a couple quotes from him that I thought were really, really good. This one's heavy. Nobody gets scandalized if I give my blessing to a businessman who perhaps exploits people, and this is a very grave sin. But they get scandalized if I give them to a homosexual. This is hypocrisy. Think about that for a minute. This is going to poke and prod a little bit at your who's in, who's not, who's loved, who's not loved, which we poke and prod all the time. All right? I think it's important. I thought it was a great line. I love this from Brendan Manning. God's love is not based on our performance or behavior. This was the toughest thing for me to learn. He loves us simply because we are his children, and nothing can separate us from his love. Nothing. This is big, all right? I love this from Pope Francis. Rivers do not drink their own water. Trees do not eat their own fruit. The sun does not shine on itself, and flowers do not spread their fragrance for themselves. Living for others is a rule of nature. We're all born to help each other, no matter how difficult it is. Life is good when you are happy, but much better when others are happy because of you. I thought that was good. I love this one. The apostles wrote to believers and addressed them as beloved. As opposed to lovers of God, one cannot be a lover of God without first understanding that they are beloved of God. We've been saying this here at Hope Fellowship for 10, 15, 20 years. Know your identity. Know you are loved. The revelation of knowing you are truly loved unconditionally by God allows you the ability to actually authentically love others. It's just the fruit of how it works. So let's dive into this. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to deal with a couple translations as well. And I love using multiple translations. I love the message. I like the part you wrote, you read this morning. I've used that version before. It's really good. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, that's okay. Some of mine are longer. But you guys are used to that now. The Passion Translation gets a bad rap from some people, but I think it's one of the more authentic translations. That's a paraphrasey translation, diving into an Aramaic lens. That's the root of it. Go look up and find out how the Passion Translation came about. But I find it says some of the stories better and just kind of locks in an awakening to, okay, I want to understand this text instead of the traditional King James Version or the New American Standard. That's the one I grew up with, or even worse, NIV, which is kind of not a good translation if you're going to study. Pardon? That's fine. It does have some good stuff, but there's some deep theological parts they get wrong, and that's the part I don't want anything to do with that if I don't have to. All right, let's take a look at what happens afterwards. Easter has just happened. The resurrection has now happened. Last week was really fun, talking about all the dead people coming out of the graves and hanging around for 3 days playing cards, and then they went into the city. How many did not ever catch that before or forgot about it? Do you remember that part? Yeah, we just never focus on it. Never talk about it at Easter because they always talk about the resurrection, but I like the cool little innuendos, the extra stuff on the side, and that's what that is. Here we come to a really, really important part, grace after the cross. This is big because we have a couple of people in this narrative that kind of betrayed Jesus. We have Judas who betrayed Jesus, and he took his own life, which I want to talk about later. And I believe, had he not killed himself, a similar story would have happened for him as what happens to Peter. I think grace will pursue, love wins, love goes after, it does not shame. I think I think Judas killed himself out of overwhelming shame. It was just brutal. Who knows? We don't know the real reasons. We don't know. But it does give hope. It's not just an all bad story. So let's take a look at Peter. Later, Jesus appeared once again to a group of his disciples by the lake. So there's only a few times that Jesus shows up throughout this narrative after the resurrection. So Mary Magdalene first, and so on and so on. So this is amazing. Later, Jesus appeared once again to a group of his disciples by Lake Galilee. It happened one day while Peter, Thomas, the twin, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, Jacob, John, and two other disciples were all together. Peter told them, "I'm going fishing." And they all replied, "We'll go with you." Take a look at this little note that's in the Passion Translation. The disciples were told to wait in Jerusalem for the day they would be clothed with power. Wasn't that the instruction? Yes. Obviously, they didn't listen. These 7 apostles were not following what they'd been told. And for this reason, they caught nothing until Jesus joined them. He became the 8th man. Whether that's the real reason or not, who knows, but it's a fun thought. They didn't listen. I'm going fishing. I'm going back to what I know. I'm going back to my life before Jesus found me. Ooh. Let's continue. So they went out and fished through the night, but caught nothing. These are professional fishermen. Poor Drew. He loves fishing. And I have all these fishing memes ready to post for him because he loves fishing that much. Then at dawn, Jesus was standing there on the shore, but the disciples didn't realize it was him. He called out to them saying, "Hey guys, did you catch any fish?" "Not a thing," they replied. And Jesus shouted to them, "Throw your net over the starboard side and you'll catch some." Okay, you're a professional fisherman. Some punk from the shore tells you to do something. It's like you're on a dock and you're fishing. Some person walking by, catch anything. "Hey, what you doing, fishing?" "No, I was thinking I'm pulling the water." "What do you think I'm doing?" Like you get all those dumb questions. So here's a guy yelling from the beach, "Throw your nets on the other side." It's like, "We've been doing this all night. What are you talking about?" You can remember you get frustrated? How many play golf? Okay, I love golf, but when I'm having a bad day golfing, I don't feel like being told any advice from anybody at all. I can slice my own ball, thanks. And I bring extra so I don't search for them. That's how I do it. It's great. But here, he's saying, throw them over the other side. Are you getting the picture now? So they did as he said, and they caught so many fish, they couldn't even pull in the net. Okay, fishing all night, and they were just on the other side of the boat and got nothing. And then to have a lot of fish that was so obvious because it was so radically different than before, it was like they couldn't believe what was going on. It was such a shock. So, what? All right, like this is a big deal. Okay. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It's the Lord." I never caught this before. It wasn't Peter who figured it out. It was John. It was John, the one whom Jesus loved, that recognized the voice of Jesus, or perhaps it was Peter's discouragement that prevented him from recognizing the voice of his master. Peter's name was Simon, which means he who hears. Our hearing his voice is hindered when we're confused and filled with doubts. It can happen. I don't know if that's the reason, because there's something else coming up a little later about them not recognizing him properly, which happened a lot after the resurrection when he showed up to people. They didn't catch who he was. Then when Peter heard him say that, he quickly wrapped his outer garment around him, and because he was athletic, he dove right into the lake to go to Jesus. The other disciples then brought the boat to shore, dragging their catch of fish. So I was wondering, what happened from the time Peter jumped in? How far away from shore were they? A boat can't go faster than the person swimming. What was he doing the whole time? What was he doing by the time the disciples came to the thing? Did he run up to see Jesus yet or not? It doesn't tell us, but that's a gap I've always wondered about. There we go. They weren't far from land, only about 100 meters, which is still pretty far. And when they got to shore, they noticed a charcoal fire with roasted fish and bread. What? There was fish cooking on an open fire. Like, that is, where'd you get these? Where did Jesus get them? It was while standing next to a fire that Peter denied Christ. Now standing next to a fire, Jesus will restore his beloved friend. The imagery is important. There are some parallels here, especially the parallel of, you'll see it in a minute. ADHD, right? I want to tell you everything now. Then Jesus said, bring some of the fish you just caught. But I thought there was fish cooking. So they did. So Peter waded into the water and helped pull the net to shore. It was full of many large fish, exactly 153. But even with so many fish, the net was not torn. Come, let's have some breakfast, Jesus said to them. I love this. And not one of the disciples needed to ask who it was, because every one of them knew it was the Lord. Another translation said they thought it was the Lord, but I'm not going to ask him. Are you going to ask him? You ask him, I'm not asking him. Like, nobody wants to embarrass themselves or say it. So what has happened to Christ's presentation? What did he present as? Did his physical shape change? Did his facial features change? What was it? I have a strong hunch it was all spiritual. I think he was not allowing them to fully see or understand. Because a couple times throughout the story, it was Jesus saying, now he opened their minds to understand. Now he opened their eyes to see. Like when they're on the road to Emmaus, they're having dinner, breaking bread, and suddenly Jesus lets them realize who he is. They go, "Wah!" And boom, he disappears. What? So it's like Jesus lets people know who he is on Jesus' time. We need to learn that today. Especially if you grew up in a church world of evangelism explosion, the 4 spiritual laws, starts with separation, it's brutal. All the evangelical type of teaching of how to win people to Christ when it's not your job. It never was. We're supposed to emulate the love of Christ, plant seeds. We can't win souls. Jesus does all that. Jesus does the dragging. It's not up to you. He doesn't need your help. Probably you're more of a hindrance than anything else. I got lots of stories about being hindrances. It's like that lady praying, "Dear Lord, try to teach my son how to know you." I put tracts in his lunchbox. I put Jesus flyers under his bed and under his pillow, and I have little Bibles everywhere. "Please, Jesus, whatever's hindering, please remove." And poof, she disappears. Come have some breakfast, Jesus said to them, and not one of the disciples needed to ask who it was. Then Jesus came close to them and served them the bread and the fish. This was the 3rd time Jesus appeared to his disciples after his resurrection. And they weren't 100% sure who he was, and maybe they were. After they had breakfast, Jesus said to Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you burn with love for me more than these?" That's a weird way to put it, isn't it? The translation will matter. Peter answered, "Yes, Lord, you know that I have great affection for you." That's not the same thing as burning love, right? "I have affection for you." "Then take care of my lambs," Jesus said. Jesus repeated this question the 2nd time. "Simon, son of John, do you burn with love for me?" Peter answered, "Yes, my Lord, you know that I have great affection for you." "And then take care of my sheep," Jesus said. Listen carefully to this 3rd one. Then Jesus asked him again, "Peter, son of John, do you have great affection for me?" See the switch? Peter was saddened by being asked the 3rd time and said, by the way, remember this connects to his 3 denials. I denied Jesus 3 times. Jesus is restoring him 3 times. This is grace. This is what we do to people who messed up, who feel really bad about themselves. We don't let them enjoy their shame and kind of rub it in a little bit because that's kind of fun to do. That's not love. My Lord, you know everything. You know that I burn with love for you. And Jesus replied, then feed my lambs. Peter, listen. When you were younger, you made your own choices and you went where you pleased. But one day, when you are old, others will tie you up and escort you where you do not choose to go, and you will spread out your arms. Jesus said this to Peter as a prophecy of what kind of death he would die for the glory of God. And then he said, Peter, follow me. Where is he? By the lake, just like the first time. Jesus came to him and said, follow me. Jesus doesn't forget. He doesn't deal with shame or guilt at all. My church background grew up with that. It was the main trading currency. Shame and guilt, stay in control, make people feel like crap. CRAP stands for Christian Rules and Procedures, don't forget. But 3 times, Peter asks, or Jesus asked Peter, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Let me tell you what the Greek words for love are here. This is really important. You're going to get that in the next translation. The first one, Jesus says, do you agape me? That means other-centered love. That is the essence of who Jesus is. Do you agape me? And Peter says, I phileo you, Jesus. Phileo fish. By the waterside. Anyway, I like it. Anyway, the phileo love in Greek is a friendship love. A really affectionate friendship love. Then Jesus says, do you agape me? And Peter says, I phileo you. And then Jesus says, do you phileo me? Yes, I phileo you. Whew. Jesus did not push. Peter still had much to learn. We got to stop making people feel like garbage not getting it. But this next video, after this next video, I'm going to share with you from the First Nations translation, and you're going to see how they got the translation really right. It's beautiful. But let's first take a look at this Skit Guys video clip that I love. Listen carefully.
Jesus, it's you. You are alive.
Peter!
Oh, my goodness. Okay, you saw me, right? You saw me? I was in the boat. I wasn't catching nothing. I'm telling you, nada. But I'm in the boat, and I hear the voice. And the voice is saying, hey, cast your net to the other side, right? And then I hear the voice again, hey, cast your net to the other side. So on a whim, without looking up, I throw it over, and sure enough, a gaggle of fish pop into that net. A whole bunch of fish pop into that net. I'm like, what? Because over here, nothing over here, something, a whole miracle, right? You know this about me. I process things out loud, and I'm totally going, this is a whole miracle. Who does miracles like this? Well, Jesus does miracles, but he's dead, and then boom, I look up, and there you are. There you are on the seashore looking at me, saying, it is I, the Lord. And so I can't help it. Ah, you're here.
Peter.
Yeah, you love me. Yes, I love you. Yes, I love you.
Then feed my sheep.
Andrew, get out of the boat. He's here. He's here. Come on, let's go.
Peter.
Yeah. Do you love me? Yes, I love you. Yes, and hey, I'm so sorry about that rooster clucking. I had no idea what that meant, but I do now, and I'm better for it. You know what I'm saying?
Then feed my sheep.
Andrew, I am smiling, but I'm getting mad. Get out of the boat. Come on.
Peter!
Yeah.
Do you love me?
Are you serious right now? You know everything. Jesus, you know everything. Do I love you? Mere words cannot describe the passion that I have for you. I love you with everything that I am. I love you.
Good. Then feed my sheep.
I didn't even know you had livestock. But that's so like you. There's something new about you every day. That's what I love about you.
Peter.
Yeah.
You remember the morning the ladies went to the tomb?
Yeah, we were all in the upper room trying to figure out what to do next, right? And then Mary comes running up. And in my defense, I thought Mary was saying, beehive, beehive, beehive. And I'm like allergic to bees, like keep them out, right? But as she kept getting closer, I heard her correctly, and she was saying, he's alive, he's alive, he's alive. We're all looking at each other, we're all confused, right? And we're like, who? And she said that the tomb was empty, and there was an angel there. And so me and John, we hightailed it down there. And if John says he beat me, he's lying. I beat him, all right? FYI, all right? And we get down there, and sure enough, the tomb is empty, right? I mean, they're just grave clothes. And you know this about me. I process things out loud. And I'm like looking in there, and I'm like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, you know. But I asked the question. And I keep asking it, and I was like looking at the tomb going, what does this mean? What does this mean? And John is right beside me. John is so good with words. He should write a book. He is so good with words, right? And he said, Peter, don't you get it? This is everything Jesus said he was going to do, and you did it. It's done. This is so great. Come on, there's so much in it.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
What did the angel say to Mary?
I just said, oh, go tell the disciples and Peter that everything is okay. He has risen. You're risen. Come on, let's go.
The angel said,
Go tell the disciples and Peter. Go tell the disciples and Peter. You said my name. You said my name. Why did you say my name?
Peter, that's grace.
No, I don't deserve your grace, no. That whole night, people kept coming up to me, asking if I belonged to you, if I was with you. I denied you left and right. No, it was unforgivable. No. It'll take me my whole life to make up for what I did. No, it was but you said it, I did it.
Listen, friend, no. What I did for you on the cross was meant to take what is unforgivable and make it forgivable. Peter, it's not about you and what you've done. God's grace is based on me and what I've done. That's grace, my friend. That's grace.
The name matters. First Nations translation, if you've never heard of it, get it. Get it on Kindle. It's written from an indigenous perspective. It's a slower, deeper reading and explanation and understanding of the scriptures in a way we need to see. We need all these perspectives. So I'm going to read it carefully for you. This is just a recap, not the full story, but just part of it, of Peter and Jesus. We're almost done. Creator sets free, Jesus, looked up from the cooking and said, "Bring me some of the fish you caught." Stands on the rock, Peter climbed into the canoe and pulled the net to shore. The fish were large, and they counted them 153 in all. But even with so many fish, the net did not tear. Creator sets free, Jesus, said, "Let us eat." And they all sat down to eat, but no one dared to ask, "Who are you?" They knew it must be their wisdom keeper. They took the fry bread and gave some to each of them, along with a piece of fish. This was the third time he had shown himself to them after coming back to life from the dead. And now we have the restoration of Peter. When they had finished eating, Creator sets free, Jesus, stands on the rock, Peter, and sat down with him by the lake. He spoke to him using the name his family gave him, one who hears, Simon, son of gift of kindness, John. Do you love me more than the others love me? Yes, wisdom keeper, he answered. You know I am your friend. Translation, correct. Then feed my lambs, he said. They sat looking out over the water and listened to the sound of the waves coming in to the shore. Then a second time, Creator sets free, Jesus asked, one who hears, Simon, son of gift of kindness, John, do you love me? Yes, wisdom keeper, he answered. You know how deeply I care for you. Then watch over my sheep, he said. The sound of the water birds could be heard in the distance, and the sun felt warm as it rose higher in the sky. Creator sets free, Jesus asked him a third time. One who hears, Simon, son of gift of kindness, John, do you love me as a friend? See the switch? Stands on the rock, Peter felt his heart sink because he asked a third time, do you love me as a friend? Wisdom keeper, he said, you know all things, so you must know how deeply I care for you. I am your friend. Creator sets free, Jesus said to him again, feed my sheep. Same invitation given years earlier to Stands on the Rock Peter in Circle of Nations, Galilee, after the canoes had been filled with fish. Grace goes to the place you messed up and redeems it. You're not a failure. Your mistakes, like I grew up being told I am nothing. And I believed it. Oh, and I acted it out with vigor. So many people looking down. Little Zenker, here he comes. Can't do anything right. But when I learned my identity, big change. I started to learn what my name meant. For Jesus to go back to that name, names matter. He went back to his original, what he believed, and restored him again. This is what grace does, and it's beautiful. We got to wrap up because, watch this. So, I'm just saying. Let's pray. Russ, come on up. Heavenly Father, will you call us by a name that we understand, the one you know us as, and will you speak hope and truth into us? Will you remind us we are beloved, even when we don't feel like we are? Will you replace the lies we've been speaking to ourselves and replace it with the truth that matters, your truth, because you are the truth? And point us to the way, which is you, so you can live your life through us. Teach us what all that means so that when we say I love you to you, it keeps growing in depth. Thank you, Father. Amen. This will be our closing song. When this song's finished, you can stop the live stream. Next week, I want to take a look at Judas. Just a heads up, because there's some stuff about him that's really good. I'm kind of finish up all that stuff I didn't get to finish, but I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you for being here today. Let's take in this last song, and it's a great song to end with, too, so way to go.
I'd invite you to stand as we sing together. Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace peace that endureth, thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord.